Hello on this Monday as we are tracking the next big storm system with some new features with this storm this week. Meanwhile, we do have a little cluster of showers that's going to move across northern Minnesota today. This is part of a weak little wave moving through the atmosphere all north of the Twin Cities. In fact, southern Minnesota will see a pretty nice Monday today. Get out and enjoy it, close to 60. It's going to be dreary the rest of the week. We have severe storms possible late tomorrow. We'll be in the dry slot, it looks like Wednesday, which means mostly dry conditions, but still cloudy and dropping temperatures, and then rain and snow showers both Thursday and Friday, with below normal temperatures after Wednesday by 15 to 20 degrees. Severe weather set up for tomorrow too. We're going to be on the northern end potentially of that. Marginal risk of severe weather through the Twin Cities from the Storm Prediction Center, but a slight risk across southeastern Minnesota and then further south into Iowa, Missouri, down into Oklahoma, an enhanced risk of severe storms. And when we break it down further, looking at the tornado risk from the Storm Prediction Center, this hatched area in the yellow, this is where we're looking at the most likely area or setup for significant supercells and tornadic storms. And we're probably going to be just north of that. We'll talk about that here in a second by looking at some vertical profiles of the atmosphere. It really breaks down some of the things that may not come together. But as we head through the afternoon, a few showers tomorrow, but we're going to watch mainly eastern South Dakota. Storms pop up here about 5-6 p.m. and then move across southeastern Minnesota. And it's those initial storms that could be pretty strong, and especially the storms into Iowa. We're going to be probably north of the warm front here in the Twin Cities, which means north of the best instability, energy, all of those things that are quite necessary to really organize those storms and then get them to form to the surface. But low-level jet stream tomorrow, we have the jet stream that we talk about a lot at 30,000 feet or so, but we also get a low-level jet stream, especially in this thunderstorm season. 3,000 to 4,000 feet up, it's going to be roaring at 70 to 80 miles an hour. And what that does is transport both heat and moisture northward, essential ingredients for instability. So this is looking at dew points tomorrow. The bluish area are those 60s dew points. So that's the real humid stuff. And that clips southeastern Minnesota. Even in the Twin Cities, dew points will be in the 50s, which by April standards will actually feel humid. We haven't had those kind of dew points since the middle of December when we had that bizarre tornado day. Significant tornado parameter. This is one of the things that we look at where we combine all sorts of instability and shear to produce a possible tornadic index. And when we overlap that with the radar, you can see these storms are going to be moving into that environment that will be favorable for tornadoes across Iowa especially. But again, it does clip far southeastern most counties of Minnesota. So one of the things we got to look at here is the vertical profile of the atmosphere. Will these storms be forming closer to the ground, which is necessary for tornadoes, or further up, which will be organized, rotating storms, but produce maybe more hail and wind threat? So that warm front is one of the things we look at because south of that, you're going to have enough moisture and temperature profile that can really come together. So when we look at our profile across southern Minnesota, it's up at about 5,000 feet is really going to be the base of some of those storms. But in Iowa, these will be surface-based storms, so better chance of getting tornadoes to form. And that's because there's going to be more warmth, more moisture to produce those storms closer to the ground. Beyond all this, Wednesday, Thursday, some high wind gusts separate from thunderstorms. We're talking 50 miles an hour plus, and then an area of rotating rain and snow showers. So as I mentioned, Wednesday will be in the dry slot, mainly dry, but then Thursday we'll see this moisture wrap around. Accumulations will be pretty limited here in southern Minnesota, but northern Minnesota could see some significant snowfall accumulations where it'll be cold enough and there'll be ample moisture. When we look at really all the different computer model scenarios, very similar pattern. Far northern Minnesota is where we see things really pile up, and then maybe some slushy, grassy accumulation, kind of like what we have seen with these previous storms across southern Minnesota, but it will be cold regardless. So this is looking at the probability of 1 inch or more of snow. You can see most of northern Minnesota, very good chance or likelihood of that, but it really drops off as we head into southern Minnesota. And then when we look at more significant snowfall totals, the chance of 3 inches or more, it's mainly the northwestern corner and the northeastern corner of the state. Best chance of seeing those significant snowfall totals. And bear in mind that there's still 1 to 3 feet of snow on the ground in northeastern Minnesota. So winter is definitely hanging on and up there. At least we don't have that. But still relatively mild right through early Wednesday. Near 60 today. Tomorrow will still be mild, but not real nice. Not a lot of sun, and we'll have a few rain showers scattered Tuesday afternoon. But again, the main focus will be evening and early overnight storms that could be strong. And then Wednesday temperatures will drop through the day after starting near 50 degrees. Thursday and Friday, pretty chilly, wet, raw, windy. The normal high by later in the week is in the mid to upper 50s, so this is going to be well below that. And while it dries out this weekend, it's still going to be on the cool side. Maybe a change in that overall pattern later next week towards some warmer air, but it does look like we're going to be for a pretty chilly stretch from Thursday on.